Hi guys, today we're looking at this Xilence Redwing power supply. It is the 400 watt model. It is classed as an OEM power supply, so we're going to test it out, see if it's any good and go from there. This video is sponsored by the Tender Nova. The Nova Mesh Wi-Fi systems from Tender provide better coverage to your whole home. Connect more devices and get the bandwidth you are paying for across your whole home. And Tech for Techs highly recommend this product. Okay guys, here it is. This is the Xilence Redwing power supply. Let's open it up and just have a look, see what's inside here. So it's in a plain brown box pretty much with basically a small picture of what it is on there. So nothing too special. It is more of an OEM power supply, so it isn't going to be fancy. So it's basically to cut costs and what you would actually put in something like a system build or whatever what would be built in a computer shop. First thing inside, you've got a basic manual, terms and conditions and all that sort of stuff in there. Nothing that pretty much anyone ever looks at, to be honest. Other than that, inside the box we've got the power supply and some screws. The power supply is in a little plastic bag, nothing special. There we go, and you've got 4 screws there as well to plug it into the, well, not plug it in, but screw it into the actual chassis. So let's have a look at the power supply itself. Initial thoughts. For an OEM power supply and a budget one, it doesn't actually look too bad. It's got a full 12cm fan there, unlike some of them that have only got 8cm. It's a nice red looking fan, so it won't look out, especially if it's one what you can see visible from inside the case, depending on the case layout. You've got the details on the side, and it's got a nice imprint on the actual side of the actual power supply as well. So you actually got the branding on there, and it's not a sticker that. So here we go. The actual cable in itself, again, nothing special. So it's pretty straightforward. You've got your 6/8 pin PCI Express connection, you've got your 20/24 pin connection, you've got your motherboard 4/8 pin connection. Let's have a look. You've got 2 SATA connections on that lead as well as a Molex, and on this one you've got another 2 SATA power connections and another Molex. Nice to see, no floppy drive connection. Here's a bit more information about the product. The actual brand Xilence is actually part of the Listing Group, which is also known to make the Be Quiet power supplies, so they have a good history of making decent power supplies. These power supplies will be available retail for possibly less than 25 UK pounds, which at the moment is around about $30, which is an extremely good value considering what you get in. They're well built. They look extremely good. They do have 1 or 2 little glitches. What we noticed, one, the actual sticker on one side, which has obviously got the stats like your wattage and everything else on it, and then they've got like an imprint on the metal on the other side, which looks really good with their logo on. Catch is, that bit will be hidden if you put it in your case, even if your case is, if it's at the bottom or whatever, or at the top, unless you have it so the actual 12mm fan is on the inside of the case pointing upwards, so it's sucking down from the inside and out the back. And the catch then is the logo is upside down, so I'm not sure why they've got such a nice logo on it, but it's actually going to be hidden, and you'll be in most cases stuck with the actual specifications, which, okay, most people who will be using this power supply will probably have a case where you won't see that anyway, but it would be nice if they got it the right way round. We tested both a 400 and a 600 watt version of this power supply, and they both did everything we asked them to do. They passed all the tests we did on them, The voltages and everything on there were within industry standards, so there was no problem there. Probably not as neat as you would get on a premium power supply, but well within standards, and it's one of those things you obviously get what you pay for. Connections wise, they basically not far off the same. The only difference is the 600 watt comes with a 4 plus 4 pin CPU connector instead of just the 4 pin. It also comes with a 6+2 PCI Express instead of a just 6 pin, and it comes with 2 Molex connections instead of 1, and it comes with 4 SATA connections instead of the 3. Noise levels were very low, so what they say about it, it's whisper silent cooling. It's very quiet. The 120mm fan does everything it should, and it keeps it nice and cool, and all the components inside the actual casing are all spread out, and it actually looks quite neat compared to a lot of power supplies, and they're all able to get a nice bit of cooling to them. If you are a reseller or a store or whatever and you're wanting to purchase this, the main distributor in the UK is Target Components. It is exclusive to them in the UK, but you are able to get it through normal retailers as well as online in most of your online stores. This power supply is basically good for all customers or system builders who want a good power supply but don't have the cash to splash out on it. They do not have to sacrifice the quality for the cost. We highly recommend this power supply for budget machines, and we've awarded it the Gold Award. If you would like to read more about this, you can go to our website www.tech4tex.co.uk or click the link in the description. Also, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.